Hey, it's Dorleen, and today I'm going through this little tin that I have on the side of my desk. So that container is actually a baking dish, probably about like an 8x8 or a 9x9 baking dish that's resting on the bottom. So I knew I just had to toss it out. But instead of tossing it, I decided to keep it and put it in my craft room. So I have it on the side of my desk, and basically what I do is just kind of place random stuff in there. And when I say random things, I mean sometimes they're scrap pieces of paper, which somehow make it in there. Sometimes they're just sample, like if I'm trying a new technique or something. Those things that I'm showing you right now are some 3x4 pocket page cards that I made for a swap. Actually, it's been a while ago, so I'm kind of surprised that they're in this container. I probably pulled them out and thought I was going to use them and then didn't. But a lot of things are just like card fronts that I never actually completed. That tag right here that I'm showing was a tag that I made, actually a process video of that while I was in Tucson. Probably wasn't sure what to do with it, so I put it in this, like I said, this container that just sits on the side of my desk. And the side of my desk, let me rephrase that. I put the random things in there so they end up in a certain spot instead of just kind of scattered all over. Now, believe me, I'm sure I'm like you. I do have things scattered all over as well, but I do try to stay organized as much as I possibly can. But the reason why I was going through this now is, again, if you're a follower of mine, you know that I had hand surgery. And like my daughter says, we get it, you had hand surgery. But there's not a whole lot of creativity or creating that I'm doing because I still don't have full access of my right hand, even though I'm doing a lot more and I'm pushing myself a little bit more. It's still pretty sore. But anyhow, so I just decided I'd go through this and separate them in piles. Some of them, there's just like random scraps that I'll probably just toss. Some are full card fronts that I know were left over from when I did a stamping series, which are that I just showed you. Those punch circles, I'm not sure what I kept those. I do a lot of stencils. I probably cut, excuse me, I probably punched those circles and then kept that paper to use as a stencil, which is probably what I'll keep it in my little stencil folder that I have in a different spot. But I also cut out a lot of like labels, circles, things like that that I end up using on card fronts. So you saw that being pulled out. And then this is what cracks me up. I don't know what a pack of seeds are doing in there. So somebody must have given that to me, probably one of my sons. And for some reason it ended up there. But anyhow, like I said, I just kind of went through it, and I'm going to come back and show you what I did with them, with some of them anyhow. So here we go. So here are the cards that I made with them. I decided not to color in those pre-stamped images because I just don't have access to my right hand. But I just made a bunch of cards or put the cards actually on card bases. So I love this one. And that was just that scrap and the colored in flower. Here's another, those strips that I put together. But this was all prepared. All I did was really adhere the elements onto a card base. So I hope that gave you some inspiration. If you've got a pile or a spot that you keep a bunch of random stuff, go through it once in a while. You will be surprised at what you end up doing. I did toss a lot of the paper scraps because I have so many scraps, but that's what the container looks like now. I basically filled it with some adhesive just to have a different spot for that. And there are some things I kept in there. Well, I hope you like this. Give me a thumbs up if you do, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you later. Bye.